Hello, YouTube family. Welcome back to my channel. I am Kat Meffan. I am your movement yoga teacher for today. So welcome. If you love this, if this is your first time practicing with me, then please make sure you hit the subscribe button, like this video, go check out a load more because there's like over 400 practices here. And if you really like practicing with me, then I have an app and a desktop platform called the Soul Sanctuary. There's over 700 practices on there and you get longer practices on there as well as being part of the most beautiful and kind corner of the internet. Our community is absolutely amazing. So anyway, that's the blurb. This practice today, I am gifting you my own personal practice, which basically means that I have come to the mat today with no plan, no idea, nothing at all. Just me as I feel, and we're going to flow together and we're just going to see what happens. And maybe you'll love it, maybe it won't be your vibe, but yeah, welcome to my personal practice. So one thing I do always do is I start all of my own personal practices in the same way that I would if I was teaching you. And sometimes I'll do it seated, sometimes I'll do it standing. Today, because we're seated already, we're going to stay seated. And that is just to ground in. So I'm just going to sit and be with my breath. And of course, you can find your own comfortable seat. It can be on your knees. And now my practice sometimes changes depending on the type of day, or the time of day, sorry, and the type of day. But today I've already been for a really long power walk, but I really want to kind of have a nice wiggle. So it's going to be pretty stretchy, but also fluid, maybe with some power, but who knows. So to begin with, I'm just going to start to take circles in this seated position. So moving around, eyes are closed. I love to be soft and fluid in my movements. Making sure you go the other direction as well. And then coming to find stillness, dropping chin down to the chest. Half neck rolls here. And you can bring these half neck rolls into a bigger movement like me if you want to. Almost coming through the upper spine as well. Taking the head the whole way back, opening through the throat. And then you're going to roll over onto all fours. I'm going to shift my hips back all the way to my heels. I'm going to start to spinal wave from this position here. So sort of a semi-anhatasana, semi-child's pose. Inhaling as I round forwards, dropping my hips, lifting the feet, and exhale as I peel it back. Inhale, rolling forwards. Exhale, taking it back. Again, inhale as you roll forwards. And exhale, take it all the way back. I'm going to do one more like that. Inhale, I'm going to come forwards, but this time I'm going to hang out here for a bit, but I want to bend my elbows and maybe find a little bit of movement. If this feels way too intense on the spine, you can just bring yourself down into Sphinx. Actually, it feels quite nice. I'm going to stay here as well. And then releasing the feet all the way down. Come down to the belly, fingertips down to the earth, elbows up to the sky. Swish the hips side to side. Take an inhale, lift the chest, create space through cobra. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release. One more inhale as you lift. And exhale, release. Pressing down through the hands, tuck under the toes, pushing all the way back to a downward facing dog. Spending a few breaths to explore this space however feels good for you. Could be a little pedal out through the feet. It could go bigger than that if you want it to. So because we're doing my personal practice, really leaning into your own intuition. Leaning into, okay, so Kat's going to be here for maybe 5 breaths. Rather than attempt to look at the screen and see what I'm doing, just feeling into your own body, asking, what's going to serve me more here? Inhale, waving yourself over through high plank. Exhale, take it all the way back. Lift the right leg up, 3-leg dog. Open the hip here, bending that top knee, making sure that left shoulder doesn't collapse. Taking an inhale. Exhale, shift over, right knee comes to right elbow. Inhale, take it all the way back, lift it up, 3-leg dog. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, take it all the way up again. And then this time, exhale, taking that right foot to the outside of the right hand. I'm going to drop my back knee down. Finding lizard. I'm going to add in some circles, a bit of juicy movement here. So just exploring the hips and the pelvis, the lower body. And then lifting that back foot, grounding down through the left hand, reaching right arm up to the sky. Maybe you draw that back foot very gently and slightly towards the butt. Heart space is lifting up towards the sky, pivoting the chest, finding that twist. And then lowering that back foot all the way down. Sweep the right arm up and over. Heel toe the right foot to the center line. And then whoosh yourself all the way back. Skandasana left side. Left hand comes down. Right arm reaches up. Take an inhale. Exhale, close it down. Right hand can tap down to the left. Inhale, lengthen, reach up. Exhale, release and tap. One more like that. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale it, tap. You're going to bring yourself around to the back of the mat, framing the left foot. Reach the arms high, finding a high lunge. A little Kali Mudra here is really, really lovely just to get that extra pull of empowerment as we lift those index fingers up towards the sky, a little heart lift. And grounding into stillness here, the strength and stillness. One more breath. And then slowly exhaling, releasing all the way down. Stepping that left foot all the way back through plank and then taking yourself back, finding your downward facing dog. Taking an inhale, wave the body forwards through plank. And then exhale, take it back as you lift that left leg. Open the left hip now. Holding on here and getting that nice big expanse through the hip flexor, the quad, through that left side. Being mindful of that right shoulder. Let's take an inhale. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, up and open. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhaling, up and open. Exhaling, knee to elbow, and then step left foot outside of the left hand, drop the back knee down, and again, just having a little bit of a play around here. Finding some circles, finding some ease here. And then grounding into that right hand, sweeping left arm all the way up and over. Maybe you take hold of that foot, drawing the foot towards the bottom as you pivot the chest up towards the sky. You can gaze up. I tend to keep my eyes closed a lot in my practice. I'm really able to get a little bit more into my body that way, but we're all different as to how we find the depth in our practice. So nothing to fix or force here, just being as you are. Without letting that leg ping away, releasing it all the way down behind you. As you sweep the left arm up and over, heel toe that left foot to the center line. Swoosh yourself this time, not whoosh, all the way to the back of the mat. Right hand comes down, left arm sweeps up, breathing in. Exhale, bring it down, tap left hand down to the right. Inhaling up and exhale down. Inhaling up and exhale down. Just bringing yourself to pivot round. Hands come either side of that right foot, front of the mat, reaching the arms up, finding a high lunge. Maybe again, you also find that Kali Mudra, and we reach the heart space, the sternum up to the sky, strong through the lower body. The integrity in our foundations, really allowing us to be solid and stable there as we grow tall. 2 more breaths here. And then slowly releasing it all the way down. Ground down through the hands, step it all the way back through a downward facing dog. And then start to walk the hands all the way to the back of the mat. Just let's let ourselves hang down in a little ragdoll here. Maybe a sway side to side. Shake, nod of the head. Of course, you can have bent knees here. And then from here, slowly rolling the body all the way up, continuing then moving up and down through spinal waves. So releasing back down into that forward fold. Inhaling as you lift all the way up. Another 3, 4 of these. Feel free to add arms to make it as big and as expressive as you want it to be. Last one. And then you're going to roll down through a rounded spine about halfway. You're going to pick up the right arm and you're going to get this really glorious, hopefully, stretch through that QL muscle. So you're going to inhale, lift the right arm and release. And then you're going to go to the other side. Inhale, lift the left and release. Maybe the stretch doesn't come quite for you, but just moving side to side here. And you can kind of do that by reaching both arms across if you want to find it a little bit more deeply. It's almost like a really slow, soft swing side to side here. And then lifting all the way up. You're going to inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky, come up high onto the tiptoes, start to bend through the knees, keeping those legs parallel, dropping yourself down, finding an Utkatasana. So this is where in my practice I start to try random little balancings, see what happens. So maybe you're able to stay up on those toes. As you take another forward fold, you could almost reach behind the heels if you can. Doesn't matter if you wobble or fall here. We're just being playful, seeing what happens, and then slowly dropping the bottom all the way down into a little toe stand. Take an inhale, reach the arms all the way up. And then slowly as you lean back, drop the knees down and then come up to a high kneeling position, release the toes. We're just going to say hello to these quads, reach the arms forwards, lean back. Doesn't matter how far you lean here. It might be tiny. You're going to feel these quads engage pretty intensely here, okay? So we lean back, we hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it up. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, release them down behind you and then bring them back out in front. We lean back again for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to neutral. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring them down and around behind you. Last time, arms come out in front. We lean back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing it all the way back. Bring yourself down to all fours. And you're going to shift your weight all the way over onto the left hand and the left knee, but you can bring this left foot out slightly. We're just going to bring a little bit of a stretch into those quads. So you're going to draw your right heel into your right butt cheek, but whilst actually having to work here. So your obliques, all your stabilizing muscles, keeping you nice and strong here. Pushing those hips forwards, or at least over that way. And then release it all the way down, switch sides. So we come over onto the right, and then we draw that left heel in to the butt, and we really glide those hips out. And then slowly releasing it all the way down. Ground down through the hands again. Place the toes down, reach the bottom high up to the sky, downward facing dog. Taking one nice releasing breath here. Let's sweep right leg up to the sky and then exhale. Bring the right foot through to the outside of the left wrist. Pivot onto the flat of the back foot. Reach the left arm by the ear. Fallen triangle here. Option to move, which is kind of usually where I would personally go. I would taking these little arm circles as I sit into the hips a little more. And for 4. Unraveling, placing the left hand down. Draw the right knee into the nose and then place that right foot down. Reach the arms all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, left arm forwards, right arm back. And maybe you plant that right hand down to the back knee. Left arm reaches up to the sky. You can obviously do this with the back knee down as well. And from here, you're going to push all the way forwards, and we're going to take ourselves forwards into an Ardha Chandrasana, but not revolved. So you'll windmill the arms, and then the right hand comes down. Look to where you're going. You can obviously hover your Ardha Chandrasana if you want. You could place the fingertips down, or you could take your hand onto a block. And we're just going to reverse that all the way back to that revolved reverse lunge. And then we're going to take it back to the Ardha Chandrasana. So you could inhale forwards, and then exhale, take it back. Another one like that, inhale forwards, leaning into all of those wobbles, and then exhale, take it all the way back. Amazing. Take a breath in here. Exhale, come forwards, push up, find a standing split. Option to take a handstand here from your standing split if you want to. You don't have to. You can stay in a standing split. Remember just finding your practice here today. Those of you in a handstand, making your way down to your standing split. And then we're going to feed this left foot all the way down and through. Left foot comes all the way down and through, reaching it, finding that little pistol squat, place, and then sit the bottom all the way down. Marichyasana C, right hand down. Inhale, left arm reaches up to the sky. Exhale, take a little twist here. Nice and long through the body. Another nice big breath in. And then slowly unraveling. Taking a little counter twist maybe. You're going to unravel yourself back through that standing split, lifting up through the pistol squat. You can use your hands to get you up. You can try to do it without your hands. But that, my friends, is super hard. taking that left leg up to the sky. Step the left foot all the way back. Pick up the right knee to the nose and then take it all the way up and over, finding your wild thing. Holding here. And then from your wild thing, pivoting into Vashisthasana, lifting a leg maybe, or you could modify by taking the bottom knee down or the right leg over the top and grounding down. And slowly unraveling. And you can flow through a vinyasa if you want to. You can take a child's pose if you want to. And for the next 5 breaths, you will just explore wherever you need to be, whether that is down resting or maybe playing around with dolphin or downward facing dog, whatever it is. Inhale, sweeping left leg up to the sky. Or those of you that aren't in your down facing dog yet, making your way there. And you're gonna feed this left foot through to the outside of the right hand, right arm lifts off. And again, either just staying here in stillness or playing with some movement here. And then grounding down through that left hand. Bring the left knee, through the right hand, bring the left knee to the nose. Place that left foot down, reaching the arms all the way up to the sky, high lunge. Inhale here, and then exhale, right arm forwards, left arm back, and you can float that left hand down towards the back leg. Reaching that right arm up towards the sky. Really lengthening through the right side body. And then you're going to look to where you're going. As you windmill those arms all the way up and over, push off the back foot. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So just holding this first one, maybe grabbing your block. And then we'll float it all the way back. And then this time we'll take that inhale forwards and that exhale back 2 times. So inhale, Ardha Chandrasana, embracing all of the wobbles. Exhale, take it back. And then back again. And then from here, we come back through that Ardha Chandrasana, and then we bring ourselves down into the standing split. Again, with the option of either staying in a standing split or taking a kick up to handstand. Entirely up to you. And those of you in handstand, dropping down to that standing split. And then feeding that right foot all the way through, underneath the body, coming down. Little pistol squat. Whoop. And then down to the earth. Marichyasana C, left hand behind. Inhale, right arm up. And then exhale, finding that twist. Let's take another breath here. And then slowly release, maybe a little counter twist. And we got to get ourselves back to that standing split. So however you want to go. Right leg goes up to the sky. Step that right foot back. We now pick up the left foot And we take it up and over to find the wild thing. Hips and heart lifting, finding that breath. And then seeing if you can just shift slightly into your Vashisthasana, maybe picking up that left foot, maybe modifying. And then again, either child's pose or taking a vinyasa. And from here, we're going to step that right knee forwards and find a right side pigeon. As always, just finding a little bit of intuition for your practice at this point, or should have been all points. Maybe you need to use blocks, blankets to stack underneath that right hip. You might want to thread the needle with the left arm coming underneath the right. We'll be here for a good few breaths. Another 2 breaths here. Yeah, lift yourself all the way up. And you're just going to roll onto the outside edge of that right hip. You're going to come to turn towards the back leg, bringing the right foot in, finding Janu Shirshasana here. So taking an inhale as you lengthen, and then exhale, folding over that left leg. And then taking an inhale as you lift, seeing as we're facing the back of the mat and we've got that left leg out in front, we'll just bend that left knee in, take the right leg all the way out and around. So now we are in our left side pigeon facing the back of the mat. Again, just finding your variation. Maybe closing down the eyes and just really having an inward gaze here. About another 2 breaths here, maybe 3. Gently starting to lift the chest all the way up. Again, we'll roll onto the outside edge of that hip, now facing the front of the mat. And you'll just bring the sole of the left foot into the inside of the right thigh, taking an inhale as you lengthen, squaring yourself over that right leg. Exhale, folding into Janu Shirshasana. And on the next inhale, lifting all the way up. And then just bringing yourself round. I'm going to open this way. This has become such a staple of mine in my practice over the years. I could like hang out in this place for like 10 minutes, but we won't do that today. Option to go into frog, also a favorite of mine, or you can just take Upavista Konasana. So this straddle position, of course, sit yourself up on a block, place blocks, cushions, anywhere you need to. But we are going to be here a while because this is kind of almost for me, even though it's not definitely not Shavasana, this for me is just like such a juicy, activating, potent place to be. But I also feel so relaxed here. And I'm very aware that's not for everyone, but this is my practice. So just allowing yourself to melt. And of course, if anything else comes to you throughout the time that I'm here that you want to go into, then just really honoring that and taking the time that I'm here to explore something else if your body is calling for something else. I'm going to be staying here for at least another 30 seconds or so, maybe a bit longer. So again, like I said, if for you there's another place you'd like to explore, please do so. I'm going to gradually make my way out. Oh, it just feels so good. And I so hope it does for you as well. Bringing both legs around, giving yourself a little self-love hug here. So wrapping the arms around the knees, maybe just dropping the chin down onto the knees, closing down the eyes. And then I'm going to open myself into a little heart opener with my bolster here today. It's just what my body is calling for. Again, like I said before, just again, anything that feels like it's calling for you. This is going to be your variation of like your finisher, your shavasana. We'll just be here for maybe a couple of minutes, and then we'll close the practice. But yeah, Try not to rush away at this point because these final moments are still super, super special. So just giving yourself this really slow, calming time. Just arriving wherever you have decided to land your body, trusting that you chose well. Maybe if you're in this heart opener, you can feel the pull of that heart space just cracking open. I've taken my arms up above my head just to get a little bit more of an upper body depth here. You absolutely do not need to do this. You can just keep your arms down by your sides. Just starting to maybe deepen the breath, finding a yawn. Whenever you're ready, just coming away from your practice in whichever way feels good for you today. Could be to roll over to one side. There might be other types of movement. And you're going to bring yourself all the way up to a comfortable seated position. And as always, we will just finish together with one hand on top of the other over the heart space. Taking a nice big breath in together and let it go. Thank you so much for being in my practice with me. It was really special to share that. Like I said, there was no rhyme or reason for this practice. There was no plan. This was just me coming as I am, and just doing what feels good. So it was really lovely to have you there with me. Hopefully you loved it. If this wasn't what you loved, then just trust that there are so many other practices on here that you can go and have a look at. And I really, really hope that you then join the Soul Sanctuary, where there are over 700 practices, guest teachers, meditation, philosophy, rocket yoga, power yoga, mandala yoga, yin, restorative, inversions, you name it, we have got it, along with an incredible community. So yeah, hit the link in the description, come check it out. It's a 14-day free trial as well. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you there. Bye-bye.